right? And with the definition of cloud, right? And then we continue to explore various basic stuffs, and then we discussed about S3, right? About AWS actually, yeah. So after basics, we discussed about the introduction to AWS, right? And then various components of AWS along with certain hands-on, right? And then we came to S3, right? So we discussed S3 in detail, correct? And then various storage classes and other things. And then we discussed about Snowball services, storage gateway, and we started with the EC2 and AWS storage. Right? So we discussed about various components. We had certain hands-on related to S3, and then we started with the EC2, certain features and various storage services like S3 EFS instance store and EBS. So in our previous classes, we discussed about security group, IP addresses, right? Say like private, public, and elastic IP addresses, and then about snapshots, AMIs, some features. And in our last session, we were working on certain hands-on activities, right? So
Yes.
in this hands-on activity, we discussed about security group, EFS file system creation, launching EC2 Red Hat Linux instance, connecting to RHEL instance using PuTTY, hosting our own website inside EC2, right? And then creating a snapshot, correct? We also covered this mounting and unmounting of EFS file system. So from the previous session, we have a few hands-on spillover, like creating an AMI, attaching EBS volume externally to an EC2 instance, and then creating an elastic IP address, right? So far, what is your feedback on the how we are doing, and what do you think like it would have been? So any kind of suggestion or any improvement area if you feel, so you can feel free to suggest.
Okay, Harish. I don't see any improvement area to be done from my side. Yeah, so far so good. It was a very interactive session and very explanative session also.
Sure.
So we could maybe I could understand as much as possible.
Okay.
I can grasp as much as possible.
Sure. Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fine for
Thank you.
me, Harish.
Sure. Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah, Harish. So far, yeah, it's good for me also.
Okay.
So it was like, yeah, definitely a good interactive session. I mean, the pace in which we were going, I was able to cope up with that. So
Perfect.
I'm fine with this. So far, I'm good.
Sure. Thank you. Thanks, Subhaya. So So at any point of time, if you feel like any suggestion or something, so you are most welcome, right?
Sure.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
Sure.
So we will begin with creating an AMI, right? So for that, we need to log into Amazon Web Console, right? So we'll begin with that, and then once we do that, right, creation of this AMI and a couple of more these hands-on activities, then we will discuss about, so I have just mentioned here as well, right? So the previous three topics, right, and then about vertical scaling overview, and then cost optimization, that was also from the previous session, and billing and cost management. And so we'll discuss about certain cost optimization aspects and billing related stuffs. And then we'll begin with identity and access management, right? So then we will also discuss about key management services, some monitoring services like CloudWatch, CloudTrail, right? And about AWS Trusted Advisor. And if time permits, we will also discuss about elastic load balancing and auto scaling. Right? So let's log into the AWS console. So I have already logged in, right? So please let me know once you are logged in.
I have logged in.
Okay.
Harish, yeah.
Perfect. So Subhaya, please confirm once you are.
Sure. Yep, I have logged in.
Perfect. Perfect. So we need to go to EC2 dashboard, right? Because AMI is a feature of EC2, right? So actually, this AMI is Amazon Machine Image, as we discussed in our last session, right? So it actually contains the bit-for-bit copy of all the data of the root volume, right? So this is, do you have your instance running? If it is not running, it's good, right? So let's keep it in a stopped state itself. So for both of you, it is stopped?
Yes.
Yes.
Stop.
Okay, perfect. So that is a good situation, right? Where no, when we are trying to take a snapshot or image, right, of instance, so that time it's good to keep the write operations stopped. Right? So it's not necessary to switch off the server. However, if write operations are stopped, you say like if application is there, so we can bring down the application, or we can try to stop the write operations at least. So it would be the best time to take the snapshot or the image, right? Because there are certain chances of file system errors if too much of write operations are happening in the disk, right? So we are good. Our system is already in a stop state, right? So before we start creating image, just scroll down and look here. You have image section under this dashboard, and you see AMI is mentioned there. So just click on AMIs.
Okay.
Yeah. So here, do you see any image, any AMI, anything?
No.
No, right? For both of you.
No.
So it says you do
No.
not own any image matching your filter criteria. So here it says owned by me, right? So we don't
Right.
have any image so far, right? Because we have never created it, right? So what we will do, we'll go to instances. These instances will contain our running stopped instance, right? Sorry. So so we need to select the instance which is already selected, right? If you have multiple instances and if you want to take a snapshot or image, right? So that time you need to select the appropriate instance for which you are going to create an AMI, right? So here this is only one and which is already selected. You see, this was, if you unselect and you can click, it will get selected. So this is our instance, right? Here no IPv address or anything is there because instance is in stopped status, right? So certain information about the instances. So they're the same instance that we created in our last class, right? That EC2 instance where we installed Apache and we did some hands-on, right? So once you selected this instance, please click on action menu. You're there?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So just see, you have image option. So under image option, you have create image, right?
Yes.
So just click on create image. right? So it's asking for image name, right? Description of the image. The field is limited to 127 characters in length and cannot be, right? So that is enough for us to name this image, right? So this image is related to RHEL, right? So we can name it no, something similar to that, right? I'll just set it one more time. Okay, so we can name it like RHEL 8, right, hyphen AMI. I'll just say RHEL 8 hyphen AMI. Okay.
Okay.
So we can write description of the image. So we can say Red Hat Linux 8 AMI, right? So no need to select this option. Already our instance is in stop state, and if you just take your mouse, it says when enabled, Amazon EC2 does not shut down the instance before creating the image. When this option is used, file system integrity on the created image cannot be guaranteed, right? So we should not choose this option, right? So already our instance is in stopped state as well, right? So it's good. So here you see it is giving us some option for volume. So this is root volume, which is fixed, right? So by default, right, the AMI will at least contain, right, one root volume with at least one operating system, right? So there's something basic, right? Root volume should be there and operating system should be there. Apart from operating system, if you wish, right, you can put certain applications, right? So some that would be optional. So for our AMI, we are having Apache, right, installed in it. So if you create one AMI, right, it can be useful for some people who wants to use OS as well as Apache installed in it, right? So that can be another benefit I can share with anybody else in my organization or somewhere, right? So that is the main purpose of image, right? So the main purpose is to create image, right, and then reuse it for installing multiple instances, right, from the image, right? So that's the main purpose. Apart from that, you can also keep it as a backup option, right, or for some kind of automation, right? Whenever you are trying to do certain auto scaling steps, that time image can be useful, right? So various benefits are there. Now here, if you wish, you can add a new volume as well, right? So if you add new volume, that will be part of the image. But for our practice purpose, we are simply keeping it as it is, right? If you wish, you can just remove this option, delete on termination, or you can keep it as it is. So remember, when you are trying to install your instance, that time you get an option, right? So delete on termination. If you just tick mark that, right? So whenever you try to delete your EC2 instance, the associated volumes will also be deleted, right? So this particular volume will be associated with EC2. If you just keep this option, so this will also be deleted, right? However, we have also seen that even if this option is attached, if this option is clicked, right, you can still detach, right, the volume and then terminate the instance, and you can reuse your volume for another instance, right? You can attach it to another instance and you can reuse it. So that is also possible, right? So total size of EBS volume 10 GB.
Harish, one question. So
Yeah.
when you say attach to another instance,
Yeah.
at a time you can attach to multiple instance,
No,
or
no,
no, right?
no. At a time you can attach to one instance only.
Okay.
Yeah. So say like you have certain files or something, and some variables are there, right? in that root volume itself, or maybe another storage file system is there. So you can keep it. You can terminate the instance. You can keep that root volume or no, another file system, right? And you can later attach to another instance, right? And then you can use your data. That is it.
Okay, in that case, then we should not check the delete on termination box, right?
I just put it because this is say like root volume. So mainly this root volume will not have any no official data or something. So this will be containing operating system. So once the EC2 instance is gone, so it's good that the root volume also goes, right?
Okay, no, understood. But when we attach to another system,
Yeah.
so that time we should be uncheck this one. It should be unchecked, right? Because when we, so for example, if you are terminating the session instance,
Yeah.
so this volume will also get terminated, right?
Correct. Yeah. Correct.
Correct. So,
Yeah.
but when we have a plan like we're going to attach this volume to another instance,
Yeah.
so in that case, this should be unchecked, right? Unchecked, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Am I correct?
If you have plan, yeah, perfectly all right. Yeah.
Okay.
So if you have any plan to use it for another, attach it to another system, you should not take this.
Okay.
You should keep it until.
Okay.
Yeah, perfect. You got it right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is sometimes what happens. No, while we discussed about this attaching root volume, right? So I just recalled one instance where what happened. You see, when you start your system, that time you see some status checks will be there. Status checks 2 of 2 passed, and then only you can connect.
Yes, correct. Yeah, yeah. 2 of 2 passed.
So, yeah. So what happened? I did some mistake with some configuration. So probably I removed the no. I think I kept some extra entry in FS tab. Okay. So there is a file FS tab for mounting file system, right? So I added some entry. However, that file system was not available, right? And my system was not coming up, right? And biggest issue here is you don't have console, right? Say like if your machine is not coming up, how will you troubleshoot? What will you do? It says statistics failed, right? Only one passed, one is failed. Then what we will do? So we don't have a console, right? In real time, no, we have a remote console. We just take ILO of the server, or we can go and go to vCenter, and we can take the console of the VM, right? Here we have no option, right? So I use this idea, right, of detaching the root volume, right, from one instance and attach it to another instance, right, so that you can access it directly. Right?
Okay.
Because some 20 years ago, I recall, right, we used to do this. Right? We used to have our system, right, where we have hard disks, right, and another hard disk is having some issue that another system is not booting up. So we just take out the hard disk from the system, and then we connect it to another machine, and we can access the data. We can fix the issues. We can run file system check, right? Lot of options. Similar thing we did. And then what the option was like just attaching it to another instance and then accessing the file system, and then fix the FSTab entry, and then again detach it from this new instance and connect it to the older one, and again I booted, so it came clean. Got it right? Attaching and detaching that benefit.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Fine. So you just click on create image, and simply request has been received. You get this message, right? So you just click on close, and then you go to AMI, and you see here.
I have got some invalid value while
Okay.
creating the image.
Invalid value in maybe
So
name section. Name section of. What did you put the name?
Oh, we should have only the small letters, not the capital.
I
Or
think so.
hyphen should not be used.
Hyphen you have put at the end or something?
No, in the middle only.
Okay, so is it indicating that invalid name?
No, invalid I and one dash and 99706. Some numbers was there for instance ID. Instance does not have volume attached at root.
Oh,
Okay.
so I think that root volume is detached for you. Just can you check your instance? You go to your
Yeah. Okay.
volume.
Action.
Last time we were playing around this volume, right?
Right. Yeah.
So you will see it blue there then.
Volume. Okay. Yeah. One is available and
One is
another
available,
one.
right? So that is blue,
Yeah.
right?
Correct.
So what is the size? 10 GB, right?
1 GB. Okay.
No, blue one is 10 GB.
No. Blue one is 1 GB and the 10 GB is in a different color.
10 GB is which color? Available? 10 GB is available or in use?
In use.
Oh, then it is fine.
But it has to select or something. No, right?
Not really. And you just see attachment information over there, right? Just click on that and you should reach out to the EC2 instance. Just see that. Just click and check.
Yeah. I clicked here and what should I check?
So
Stop.
as soon as you clicked, it came to the EC2 instance.
EC2. Yeah. Instance state is stopped.
Okay. So this is fine. This is not an issue. Now you again go to volume.
Okay.
And there you see.
There are two actually for me.
Okay, so one would be like not the root volume. So while creating that AMI, did you choose both the volumes?
No.
You choose you clicked on root volume.
No, it was not showing root, Harish. Okay, let me
Okay.
try again.
Yeah.
So that we can
So
see.
while creating, right, when you go to AMI,
Okay.
right. So that time when you are just you can share your screen. Maybe we can check.
Yeah, volume type says EBS.
Okay.
That's correct, no?
Yeah, that is correct only. So you have two choices while you are creating it.
No,
Of
only
the
one choice.
volume for root
Volume
volume.
type. It is only one showing.
Oh, only one it is showing. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Just try again.
Yeah. Let me try the image name.
Image name should not be an issue.
Okay. Getting a new one.
Yeah. Space should not be there.
Okay. Space should not be there. Maybe. Okay.
Yeah. And it should be unique also.
Okay.
So just try.
Yeah, let me try.
Yeah.
It still gives me the same error.
Okay.
This total. Okay. No.
Let me share. No. You can share your screen.
Right. Okay.
Let me make you host. Okay, I have made you host.
Okay. Now I'm sharing.
Yeah.
Can you see?
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, this is my error. Invalid this name attached to a root.
Invalid value I997A for instance ID. Instance ID it should have come automatically actually. Now that instance does not have a volume attached at root dev SDA1. Oh, Here, this SDF you can see, right? That is the problem actually.
Which one, Harish?
It should be SDA. SDF cannot be root volume. That second right side, yeah.
Okay,
Device.
okay.
Yeah. That should be SDA actually. Did you
SD?
click on that?
No, I didn't do
SDA.
anything.
SDA. Go above. First one it should be. It's not coming?
Not coming.
Oh, okay. So what you do, you just cancel this, come back,
Okay.
cross this one.
Okay.
We'll go and see the instance. Yeah. So this instance, go to volume.
Okay.
Okay. So here we can see, go towards right. Okay. Attachment information. You can go left. Why it was showing SDF? It should be SDA actually. Once
Okay.
go to the left. Yeah. Yeah. So you can just click on that RHL, the 10 GB
Okay.
one, 10 GB second one.
Okay.
Go to action. Okay. Post detach. You just say detach volume.
Yeah,
Detach.
detachable.
Yeah, just detach it.
Okay.
Okay. Let's wait for a moment. We can refresh.
Okay. Yeah. This
Okay.
is
So just no, attach it one more time.
okay.
Yeah. And choose this.
Same one, right? Okay.
Yeah. Now here only. Here this is here you make it SDA.
Okay.
Yeah. Perfect. So now what you do, right? Say attach.
Error attaching volume.
Error
Some
attaching
error.
volume SDA for planted device is invalid. SDA is not a valid EBS device name.
Yeah.
Device SDA through STP. Why it is taking SDF? Because it should be it's the same thing with which we had booted our system, right?
Yes. Last session.
Oh, there is some issue with this actually. It's
So should we
showing
have to
as if
create new instance?
it's showing as if like it's not a root volume. It's just like behaving as if it is not a root volume.
Okay.
Just try SDB. In place of A, you just put it B. Yeah. Say attach.
Yeah, this works.
Okay. So now better before we create image, right? Better
Okay.
start the system and see whether it is useful system or not useful system, because system should be perfectly all right before we take an image, right? Otherwise
Yeah.
no use of taking the image, right? So let's
Go to
start
putty.
this machine. Yeah, you can go to action and start this machine. Go to instance and you can start this machine. Yeah. Okay, so yes, error starting instance. See? So for instance ID, invalid value I099, this instance does not have a volume attached at root. So this says SDA1 is not there, it is missing.
Okay.
Maybe something with the that file system, right?
Okay.
So you just one more time you click on start. It is looking for SDA actually. Yeah,
Okay.
SDA. Yeah. so that boot, no, it will boot from there, right? So it's not there. Just say cancel. We will
Okay.
troubleshoot this volume, correct? When
Okay.
by attaching to another machine later, right? So you can
Okay.
keep it. Now what you do, you just what we can do is what happened to that? You didn't make any changes after the session, last session?
No, I did not log in.
Okay. So something wrong with this SDA1 file system, right?
Okay.
So we can try to troubleshoot this as we discussed earlier. Fine. So now what you can do, you can launch another instance, right? Quickly.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. You can launch free tier only. You can just choose this Red Hat.
Yeah.
Okay.
This one, right? Okay.
Yeah. Next, configure instance details. So one, and then it says shut down, enable termination protection, protect mistakes until termination, tenacity through file system. Okay, so you can say add the storage.
Yeah. Okay.
So here you see the second option as device should be Dev SDA1.
Okay.
So not sure how that changed that device name for the root volume, right?
Okay. Okay.
So that has changed.
It should be SDA.
SDA1 actually. So what happens is
Okay.
SDA will be the device and
Okay.
SDA1 will be the actual file system, that will be the partition, right?
Okay.
So
Okay.
once we create disk, we take a disk and then we create a partition in that disk, right? And then we create a file system in the disk, right?
Okay.
So it becomes SDA1, SDA2 like that, right? So this is correct one, SDA1.
Okay.
For the other one, did we try SDA1?
Yeah, I
No,
think so.
right?
It was.
Just try one more time. Just go to
Cancel.
dashboard. Yeah, you can cancel this. Let's go to dashboard. Maybe, yeah. So here, you just try to start that.
Start. SDA1
SDA1 only it is looking for, right?
does not
Cancel.
have.
Yeah. Let's go to volume one more time. We'll try SDA1. I think we tried SDB, right? So we will try SDA1 one.
Okay.
So just select this. Go to action. The modify option.
Modify.
Modify volume, yeah. Modify volume. Go there. Okay, only these options are there for modification, right? So cancel this.
Okay. Okay.
So we can go to detach volume.
Okay.
Yeah. Just try to refresh.
Yeah.
Okay. Now you go to action and see, like, still we are having detach option.
No.
Detach, first detach, all has gone. Delete volume, delete snapshot. Do you have snapshot? Can you go to snapshot and check? Second option.
Okay.
Not here. In the left panel,
No.
EBS,
Okay.
below volume, you have snapshot. Yeah. See if you have snapshot. Oh,
Yeah.
1 GB we are having, not the 10 GB. Okay, don't have snapshot. So if we had snapshot, we could have restored
Okay.
from the snapshot, right? And
Okay.
we could
Okay.
have used that one, right?
So it should be 10 GB snapshot.
Yeah, so because we were practicing with 1 GB
Right.
snapshot, in
Correct.
real environment, we should take the actual snapshot. So it's fine. Go to volume one more time. Okay, so just select that 10
Okay.
GB. Okay, now click on status checks. Second tab, yeah. You see down what all things are there. Just okay, looks okay. Monitoring, you go. No alarms configured last hour, right? Bandwidth, read bandwidth. Okay, so doesn't look like any issue with the file system.
Okay.
Some configuration mismatch somewhere has happened, right? You can go down, you can scroll.
Okay.
Okay, you can scroll. Yeah, it's all good. Fine. So go to action
Okay.
and you say attach.
Attach volume. Okay.
Yeah. Now choose this instance.
Same one, right? Okay.
Yeah.
It's coming as SDF device.
Okay. That's the problem. Just change it to A1, SDA1. Can you type there? Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you just try to attach.
That's attached. Yeah.
Oh, great.
Yeah. Before we didn't give that one.
We didn't give one actually.
Yeah.
So
We just
while
gave
we
an.
were creating that instance, no,
Uh,
that time I realized that no, we didn't try that.
okay. So now
So
I say
now
create image.
you can start and see your instance, right? You can see your instance. That is the
Okay.
ideal thing. Yeah. Yeah. It should start actually. Yeah. Yeah, it's going. Perfect. Perfect. This is good.
How did it got changed, or when we creating
I
the instance
think
itself? That
we attached detached no multiple times previously. That
yeah.
time the choice only went. So
Okay.
while after detaching that by default it was not coming. So usually it comes. Right?
Okay.
I think we need to be bit cautious about this root volumes. It's like good no troubleshooting only.
Okay.
So so it should be SDA1. So that was like no because of that only that is not happening. Root volume usually we don't detach, right? We detach other
Okay.
volumes and test, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Root volumes usually we will not detach. We'll keep it till the instance is there. Or some issue comes on the root volume, then we detach.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's good. Your system is coming up. Once it says status checks 2 of 2, then we can bring it down. Right. So Subhaya, you are following?
Yeah, Harish.
Okay. Yeah. So actually what happens is that first partition, right? That device SDA1, SDA would be the disk and SDA1 would be the first partition, right? So where we will have operating system booting related files, right? So the kernel and the bootloaders, all those things will be there. So that was only taking as a different name. So we change it to
Okay.
SDA1 and then fixed. So let's see.
So everybody is taking as SDA1, is it?
That is by default it becomes SDA1 when you try to
Okay.
install, right? So by default it will become SDA disk because that is the very first disk, right? So
Yeah.
it will become SDA and the very first partition will become SDA1, right? If you are taking one more disk, right? Say like
SDF or something.
Yeah, so they are reserving it for root volumes, SDA, SDB, and all. So
Okay.
now the other naming convention starts from SDF, right?
Okay. Okay.
Once it creates like SDF, and then it will become no, SDF1, SDF2, whatever partitions you go and create. So accordingly, it will another volumes will become like that. Anyways, we will be testing by attaching one more. See, 2 of 2 checks passed actually.
Fast. Yeah.
That is good.
So
So
now I have to bring down the system. Stop the system.
I think it's okay. You can keep it on, not an issue.
Okay.
And we
And
can keep
create an
it on.
image.
Yeah, we can create an image. That's fine.
One question, Harish,
Yeah,
actually.
yeah, yeah.
So in the real time, in the we are doing a practice session here, but in the
Okay.
real time, is it
Yeah.
the same? The device will be SDA1.
Yeah, in real time also, right? It's like initially when you are installing, because it is the very first device, right? So it
Okay.
will be SDA1 only. This is all, no, whatever we are doing. So it's just like production only. It's like free tier. However, it's the
Okay.
same thing, right? When it comes to creating one server, right, and attaching one hard disk, and then getting the hard disk with the partitions.
Okay.
So very first hard disk, it's logical to keep it SDA, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Right. So whatever is no SDA, and then the very first partition, so SDA1, right? So like that only it will be there everywhere. Like whenever you are trying to create, right?
Okay.
So it will begin with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So shall I create?
Yeah, so you can just click on create image.
Okay. Received. Okay.
Right. Okay, perfect, perfect.
Right. So
Okay.
shall I give it back to you?
Yeah, let me see. I think I have some option to take it. Okay, you have made me host. Okay, perfect.
Not yet.
Not yet, right? So I have some option. Just give me one moment. Reclaim host, some option is there. Okay, so I am host now. No problem. Thank you. So I'll just share my screen. Okay, so here is my screen. So is it showing as available for you, Pradeep, and for you, Subhaya?
Yeah, Hari.
Showing as available, right?
Yes.
Okay, perfect, perfect. Right. So now you can just, if you wish, you can just name it RHEL 8 AMI. So you can just tick mark here, so that that will be visible. RHEL 8 AMI. Okay. So now that this image is selected, right? So as soon as you just
Mine is still pending, Harish.
okay, just try to refresh.
Yeah.
Okay, still
It's
showing
available.
pending.
Yes. Yes. It's available now.
Available. Okay, perfect,
Yeah.
perfect. So if you just no go to snapshot, you see what does it show? One snapshot got created, right?
Yes.
Correct.
Yeah.
So this snapshot is created by create image on behalf of us, right? So this snapshot, right, is that our AMI, whatever AMI that is created for us, is backed by this particular snapshot. Right? So this snapshot is for this 10 GB root volume.
This is
Okay.
created by system itself.
By system itself. That create image,
Okay.
you see created by create image. So when we gave the command to create image, right, so that image created this snapshot, because after all that image requires snapshot, right, that will be the attached to the image. So you cannot delete this snapshot actually. Just try to delete. Just say yes, delete. What does it say?
Currently in use by AMI.
So it is currently in
Yeah.
use by AMI. So it's backed by the AMI. That's it's this particular snapshot is used by the AMI. Right?
Yeah.
So that's just I wanted to show. If you have another snapshot, say like you have some snapshot or something, you can use that also to create image. Say like you have one root volume snapshot, right? So instead of going to instance and then choosing create image, you can go to snapshot also, right? And go to action. Right? So there also you have create image. See, I'm in snapshot, right? This snapshot. So just assume that this is a snapshot that we created by doing right click to the root volume. We created this snapshot. Now, if you just do like this, create image. So again, you will get the same option. You see. So here, no. When you create image, that time whatever option here you choose, say like SDA1 is there, right? So here if you make it SDB1, right? Got it?
Okay.
Yeah. So that will become the feature of your here. You
Okay.
clicked, made it SDB1, right? And now here it came SDB. You see, it changed, right?
Yeah. Okay.
So whenever any instance is created using this particular snapshot, this particular image, right? Then that instance, the newly created instance, will have SDB1 as the device. Got it?
Okay.
Now if they change it, now if they make it SDA1 or something, then it will not work. Then SDA1 will not. Got it? So just
Okay.
about what is the naming convention that you have used for your device, which device you have used. Right? So depends on that. So if you go to AMI and if you just select the image, so you have the option to launch. You see this launch option here, also launch option came. Initially when we came to this AMI, that launch option was disabled, right? Now this launch option is enabled. So what do you think this launch may be for launching?
AMI.
No. Now see, you have this AMI created already. Now if you click on launch, what does it mean? Launching?
Launching the mission.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah,
Launch EC2 instance, right?
okay.
So what we did from the instance, we created an image, right? Now from the image, we can create an instance also, right? So we click on launch and you see what will happen. You remember this screen, the second option?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Same thing when we are trying to launch an instance, right? So we are first thing we are choosing AMI, that Red Hat or something, and then we are coming to this screen only. Here in this case, what happened? AMI is by default selected. We began from that level itself, right? So in this case, AMI will be ours, right? And then we can go ahead with the same process, and we can simply create another instance also, right? So it will be exactly the same process. Right, so for now we can skip this, and whenever you get a chance, right, you can again try to create instance. So it will be exactly the replica of whatever instance you are already having, right? So
Okay.
at any
Any
point
instance
of
can be
time,
created, Harish?
yeah, pardon.
Any instance so if I say configure the instance now, so
Yeah,
it will create a Linux instance or
exactly the same thing what you are having, not only Linux, it will
okay,
also have the Apache installed in that.
okay, okay,
You had Apache installed, right?
yeah,
So that exactly the same machine you will get. Whatever
okay,
machine that you had kept in the last session, right?
okay,
Whatever
same.
we install, whatever NFS utilities we install, whatever RPM we install, everything will be exactly the same.
So this kind of instance we can create only through AMI, is it?
Correct. In
Okay.
Amazon, we have that only as an option.
Okay.
Yeah. So we have to begin with AMI, right? So
So,
our
but
AMI we can keep. Yeah.
is there any other option like other systems can also be created?
Like apart
Windows.
from yeah, from
Okay.
not from this instance, not from this
Okay.
image.
Yeah, different one. Yeah.
Yeah. So say like now we have chosen this Linux, right? So we
Yeah.
have chosen this Red Hat. Apart from this, say like if you just ours is this RSCL8, right? So we just instead of my AMI, right, we go to another one, right? So I just remove this option, right? So you have different options, right? So my AMI marketplace, you have community AMIs, you have Amazon Linux. Some options are there. Clear your filter. Some filter is there. So I'll just cancel and exit, and then I'll show you. You just go to instance, right? So here, if you just say launch instance, so you get the AMI option, right?
Yeah.
Correct?
Correct. Correct.
So here you have different options, AWS Marketplace, Community AMI. So now we have chosen this
That.
Red Hat. This is a publisher, reputed publisher Red Hat, provided by Red Hat, right? So this is
Okay.
free tier available here, eligible. So we are choosing this option. See here, this is also there, right?
Okay.
So we have this Amazon Linux 2 AMI also, right?
Okay.
So just what you have to do is you just keep, like 30 GB that no limitation in mind, right? 30 GB of storage altogether. Okay, so 30 GB means say like now 10 GB has been taken by our instance, 10 GB has been taken by the AMI, correct? That including the snapshot, right? So 20
Yeah.
GB is gone, and maybe you are having one more GB or something, 21 GB or something. We are good as of now. So the only thing is when you are creating multiple instances, so free tier eligibility is 30 GB for EBS volume, right? So that time there can be an issue, right? So they can charge you, right? So what you can do is once when you get a chance after our this sessions are done, maybe after tomorrow, right? So what you can do, you can remove that Red Hat instance, right? And then you can simply go and choose this Amazon Linux 2 AMI.
Okay.
Okay. Then select, and then you just proceed with the various options. To install this Amazon Linux 2 AMI, right? And then try that one. Windows, you remember we had already done.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
This one we had already done, right? So this is from this particular AMI. Now, once you install this Windows, right? Again, no, you can make image from that Windows instance also. Right?
Okay.
Again, from that AMI, you can create multiple instances, right? So this
Okay.
is a life cycle. This is a cycle, right? Where from instance you are creating AMI, from AMI you are again creating instance, right? So you can keep the AMI and safely, so that even if any issue happens with your instance, you can immediately, within 2 minutes you can create exactly the same instance, right?
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
So normally, whenever we need some like customized image, so that time we are creating this AMI, and then again we are using it as an instance, right?
Perfect, perfect. You got it
Okay.
right. Yeah, you got it.
Okay.
So this is for our like no, we can create it and we can use it for ourselves, right? Even
Yeah.
you see this community AMI, right?
Okay.
This is like people like us only have created and publicized it. This one,
Okay. Okay.
yeah. So we create and we can keep it as a private AMI.
Okay.
Some people they have created as a community AMI, right?
Mhm.
And then they have made it available here. You see the CentOS, right?
Right. Right. So there are like 4,500 something, right?
Yeah, like no,
Yeah.
thousands. The only thing is you should be very careful with this community.
Okay.
Yeah, this
Okay.
is not tested. So repeated ones are like fine. The many you will find which may not be repeated also. So here these things are all reputed ones. So
Okay.
yeah, so few things you may find which may not be tested or reputed. So there, AWS will not take the guarantee of any security issue or something.
Okay.
Yeah. But in this marketplace, you can see like they will be having certain checks by Amazon, right? So they will be you need to pay. Mostly it will be paid ones only. You see, related to IoT analytics, device management, smart home city.
Okay.
Various options are there, right? So you can just choose related to say like DevOps, right? You want something, this Kali Linux something is there. You want LAMP certified something. So whatever you see, Ubuntu is there. So you can have certain extra stuffs, kind of some appliance, right? You heard about appliance, right?
Yes.
So it will be like appliance only. So you will have some operating system and certain customized components also. So you can go for them as well.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can practice in various combinations. Just refer to that free tier uses and practice whatever you wish.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So when you say market, just one question, Harish.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
marketplace is the pre-installed uh, applications, right? Or is it the domain?
Different options you will, just like how we have Amazon that shopping
Yeah,
cart,
correct.
right? So like that only you just consider a marketplace is there where these
Okay.
tested vendors are there who will be
Okay.
selling their products, right?
Okay.
So they
Okay.
will have based on certain requirements like what people may be looking for, because say like we are installing a operating system, then we are installing Apache, then we are not tuning certain parameters, then we are making it useful for certain applications, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they can do it, right? They can based on certain say like IoT related some stuffs, or some no whatever DevOps related certain, say like LAMP is there, that Apache and that what you call PHP, all those things they can install and directly give to developers, right? So they can directly
Okay.
take and start using, right?
Okay. Okay.
So better
Right.
they
Right.
can pay for it and they can buy that, and no need to install anything. By default, it will be there. So they can
Uh-huh.
start using immediately
Okay. Okay. Understood.
like that. Yeah. So here, what we can do is we can go to again EC2 dashboard, right? So understood, right? So the another benefit is when you are taking the image, right? We can copy it also. See, when you go to AMI, when you go to action, right? So you just see you have copy AMI option.
Yeah.
If you click on that copy AMI, you'll find very nice thing. You see here. Something wrong with this graphical interface. Copy AMI, getting stuck here to my mouse. Okay, so select destination region. So this is something interesting. You see,
Okay.
this is interesting. So now my actual region is Ohio, right? You see
Yeah.
that US East is there, right?
Yeah.
Now, when I just come here, I can choose destination region as Asia Pacific, right? And you know that EC2 instance is a feature of availability zone, right? EC2 instance. When you are creating EC2 instance, you are creating EC2 instance in a particular availability zone, right?
Yeah.
So what happens here? Your EC2 instance is in a particular availability zone, not even in the different availability zone of the same region, right? So it is in a particular availability zone, right? Now you want, right, another system, right, in different region altogether. So how you can create another system? By copying this AMI to different region, right? So from this region, right, you create AMI and copy it to different region and create instance in that region. It's good, right?
Okay, okay, understood.
Right. So the benefit is, right, you can create instance, right, from this AMI in any of the region. You just take AMI, right, copy it to that region where you are looking for instances, and then copy and then launch it there, launch the instance.
Harish, I have a question here.
Yeah, please.
So now we are copying it to the different region.
Yeah, right.
So whether that AMI will it become accessible to all the people who are using this AWS account, or it will be applicable only to that region once you copy it to that region? I mean, it depends on the access what we provide, right? Whether it is public or private, just it will depend on that, right?
Correct. That's right. That's right. So by
Okay.
default, all
Okay.
AMIs that you create will be
Yeah.
private, right?
Private. Okay. Okay.
So say like now you are copying it to different regions, so it is accessible within your account. Nobody
Okay.
else can access this. This is your property, right?
Yeah.
Your instance, your system. There might be something confidential in it, right?
Okay. Okay.
So this is accessible only by you, right? But
Right.
in different region, right? Once you copy to different region, so there also it will become visible and accessible. As of now, if you go to the Singapore, say like now you change it. Now you just go to say like Singapore region,
Yeah.
right? So there if you go, you just see instance. Do I have any instance? No, right?
No.
You see AMI. Do I have any AMI? No, right?
No.
Now what I will do, I'll go to this Ohio, right? And then I'll take my instance, this one. I'll say copy AMI and I'll choose Singapore, right? Copy it, encrypt, no need to encrypt. I just say copy AMI. So AMI copy operation has been initiated. Note that you may have to refresh the AMI screen to see your new AMI. Right? So I'll just show you copy operation AMI ID. So you just go to another region, that Singapore region. You see it's coming, right? You see Singapore.
Yes.
So as soon as it comes, so what we can do, you can launch an instance and instances will be, that instance will come here. Got it? So I'll have another one server in Singapore as well, right? Within moments. And it will be same server like what I am having in Ohio.
Okay.
So quick, right? So it's just taking some time. It's showing as pending. So you can skip this, maybe, you might get charged for this because we are getting multiple that size. That size is becoming getting multiplied, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And there will be certain limitations on copying. So it's taking bit time, but I don't think it will take more than a couple of minutes. Right. So once it is created here, I can select it. I can go to action menu and I can launch, or here only this launch option will become active. Okay, it's taking it time. Right. So meanwhile, you can just see this instance type. You're familiar, right, with instance types? You see different types of instances are there. So just make yourself familiar with whatever options you are having, right, on EC2 dashboard. Just click and just try to read some context sensitive, some information will be there. Just try to see. You see launch template, right? So streamline, simplify and standardize instance launches, benefits and features. So what may be this? What do you think? Say like if you want to launch hundreds or thousands of instances, right? So you can just create one template where you can just configure everything. You can just write whatever you need. What is the size? What is the name? Whatever, everything, all details you just mention and keep it ready. So using that template, within a click, you can launch instances, right? So that's it. So just try to read about it, benefits and all those things. You just try. We have spot requests. See, you heard about spot instances? Request spot instances, right? So you have spot instances, which is what does the name suggest? Spot.
On the spot, we can create something like that.
Yeah,
it will get created on the spot, right?
You have to make request for spot instance.
Yeah. So you have to request. It will be like there will be some option for bidding.
Okay.
Yeah. So the fee will be based on the demand and supply ratio at that particular time when you are looking for it. Okay. So it will be for a particular point of time where you require lot of computing, but you are not depending on this, right? So you can simply go and choose the maximum amount that you can pay for it, that you are willing to pay for it, right? So it should be more than the market price, right? If it is more than the market price, you will get it, right? Immediately you will get it. But when the market price goes high, right, AWS can terminate that instance and give it to somebody else who may be giving more money, right? So this is just for the utilization of the resource. However, this can be useful and this can be very cheap. They say like, no, it's like 90% cheaper. So for any temporary work, say like you want to do some testing, right, month-end testing or some kind of activity where you already have some 6 servers running and then there is too much of workload. So at that time, if you just want to add some more instances, you can go for your spot instances. Without this also, your system should be running. Your users and end users and applications, everything should be working fine. However, for extra computing capacity, right, to make performance little better, you can add some additional spot instances, but you should not be depending on this. Anytime it can be terminated and so if it is interrupted, your application should be smart enough to tolerate that termination, right? So it should be like some distributed application where you have already multiple servers there, right? So mostly like people use it for some kind of experimentation, for some testing, some kind of reporting, some kind of heavy calculations, right? So they can make it faster, right? They can add. So like that's for some temporary work, etc. They use this spot request, but cost wise, definitely this will help you. This spot request, right? Spot instances, very, very, very cheap. If you go for on demand or something, it will be costly, right? But this one will be very fast. Okay, so let's see if our AMI is good. Oh, something wrong looks like. It should not have taken so much of time, right?
Yes.
This has taken too much of time. So let me go to my Ohio region. That was just 10 GB. So here it is good. It's taking too much of time, right? So let's go one more time and see what's happening. Spending only. Okay, so you understood the concept, right?
Yes, Harish.
Right. So once it is created here, simply you can go to action menu, right? And you can launch, or this launch will become active, right? So you can launch an instance in Singapore region, right? So I think some slowness is there, so it's taking time. Okay, perfect. So what is the next topic? So today I'm making it slower so that others can also get benefited, and and your doubts also will be clear, right? So if you can, you have any doubt or something, you can continue to ask in between. You can interrupt me freely. Okay.
Sure.
So what we will do for this instance, right? We can attach EBS volume externally. So you have some EBS volume already, right? You have 1 GB volume, right? So Bea, you also have?
Uh,
I saw Pradeep is having.
Yeah.
yes, I have.
You also have 1
Yeah.
GB root volume.
Yes.
Maybe what you can do, you can delete it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have two actually. One is 1 GB and other one is 10 GB.
10 GB is root. Oh, anyways,
Okay.
that will not get deleted. So, but still, you don't delete
Yeah.
that 10 GB.
1
Select
GB
that.
one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Select 1 GB. Go to
Okay.
action, right? And you say detach. It's already detached. Yours is like available state or in use.
No,
Subhaya.
it's available.
Available means it is already detached. So now what you do is you just select that and then you choose delete volume.
I deleted.
Perfect.
I'll also delete Harish.
Yeah, you can also do that 1 GB.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, deleted.
Okay. So no, you can create one additional one, right? So we all will create. So let's create volume. Click on create volume.
Okay.
In this volume, just click on create volume. Created. So there, clicked on created.
Yes.
Create
Yes.
volume. Okay.
Yes.
Now you see the options here. General purpose SSD, provisioned IOPS SSD, cold HDD, throughput optimized, magnetic, standard. You remember this, all these options,
Yeah.
right? So these are all types of EBS volume, right? So which one is the fastest out of these 5? Highest performance, which one?
Is it magnetic?
No,
Proficient.
provision, correct, correct. So this provisioned IOPS, right? PIOPS or IO1, right? This is the fastest one.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is having the highest performance with least latency, lowest latency. So this will be very fast, good performance. What we are generally using and what they have given us free is GP2, this SSD, right? So we can choose this GP2 SSD itself, right? You see, by mistake also, if you just click, it will create 100 GB size. So be careful, make it 1. Okay. Now here, some of the participants did mistake, right, by creating volume, because I had told that EC2 instance, right, has its scope within a particular availability zone, right? Now, by default, whenever you come to this screen, by default it will come to 2A. Okay, because 2A is the first one, right? Then comes 2B, 2C. So your server may be somewhere else, and you will create volume in 2A. Will it be useful to your server?
No.
So you should create the EBS volume in the same availability zone where you have your EC2 instance. So what we should do now? We should go back and check our server's availability zone. We should double check. We should confirm it. Look at this. So which, see, this is 2B. If I would have created in 2A, that's it. That will be of no use.
Okay.
So just look at the availability zone in which your EC2 instance is there, right? So if it is 2B, you have to create the volume in 2B, then only you can attach. Otherwise, that will be of no use. Right? So then again, you have to create a snapshot. You have to create you have to copy it. So a lot of options. So no need to do that. You just keep this create the volume in 2B itself. Again, go to volume. Click on create volume. Right. Make it 1 again. 1 GB. And then I will make it 2B. So for you, where is your instance?
Mine is 2B.
2B only.
Yeah.
Mine is 1A because it is in the AP region.
Okay.
So it's by default it is showing 1A only.
Yeah. So for you, if it is, that is the benefit, right? So
Yeah.
if it is 1A, then it will take by default because that's the first one. Now, so snapshot ID or something it is saying, that is not making any sense here because we are not looking for creation of our volume from any snapshot. So please do not click on this one, right? So we are going to create a fresh new volume, right? So that will be blank volume, right? So encryption we are not doing. You can add a tag. So what we can say is name, and volume I can say is RHEL -1G. Okay, I'm just saying RHEL -1G. Then I click on create volume. Okay, so it says volume created successfully. Click on close, and you see my volume is there. 1 GB volume is there.
Yes, created, Harish.
Created, right? So for you also, Subhaya, created?
Yeah, it's created. Sorry, I was on mute actually.
No problem.
Yeah.
So it's already created, right? So what you can do is you can just select that 1G volume. Now you'll have good hands-on where you'll have more clarity about the disk and the partition, how to create the partition, how to create the file system. All those you can experiment. So just see here, this 1G you have selected, and we are clicking on action menu, and we see attach volume, right?
Correct, yeah.
Click on attach volume. Once you click on attach volume, it says volume. This is the ID RHEL1G that I had given the tags that is coming here. In US is to be 2B. Now instance. Once I click here, as I have only one instance, which is stop, so it's showing, right? So I just clicked it. So if
Only
I
the running
had,
instance will show here.
running also will show here. Stopped also will show here. It will just show the status. That's it.
For me, it's showing the running, and that's why I'm asking.
Yeah, because your machine is running, right?
Correct, yeah.
That's why mine is stopped.
Okay.
So it doesn't matter. Anyways, like once I attach, I have to also start my instance. So you can attach to the running instance. That is good. That's not an issue, right? Now, just choose that, and you see here it's coming as Dev SDF. Correct?
Correct, yeah.
So newer Linux kernels may rename your devices to Dev XVDF through Dev XVDP internally, even when the device name entered here and shown in the details is SDF through SDP. So here they are showing SDF, however if you go, just remember this, once you go to the system, right, you may have XVDF actually, the device. So once we go and check the device, so there we will have actually this XVDF only. So this is our new kernel only, RHEL8, right? So we'll not have SDF, we'll have XVDF. Okay, so I'll show you once we are there, right? And then we can create partition, then it will become XVDF1, like that it will become, right? So for now, you let it be dev SDF, right? And you just click on attach. Okay, so now it says in use, correct?
Right.
Okay, so what we'll do now, we'll go to our system, right? So let me go to instances. My system is stopped, right? So I'll just start my machine. So for you, it is already started. You can just connect it. So Subhaya, you can start your machine.
Yeah.
So I just say start. It's just starting up. So it's pending. Meanwhile, I will go to another region and I'll see the status of the AMI in Singapore. Okay, so you see here. Oh, perfectly all right. So see, that AMI has become available in Singapore.
Okay.
So what I can do here, you can simply say launch, right?
Okay.
And what Subhaya, you were telling, right? Modify image permission. You see here, you have option,
Yeah.
right?
Okay. Yes.
Click on that modify image permission. You can make it public here.
Okay. Okay.
If you want to make it private, but want to share with somebody else, your friend, not to everyone in the world, right? You want to
Yes.
make it private. You want to share with your another account of your own organization.
Okay.
You can simply put that account ID, right, and click on add permission. It will it will be available in the AMI section of that account ID, and then using this AMI, right, in another account, maybe in different region, another instance can be created. You got it?
Okay. Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like that, you have various options. You can try if you just create 2 accounts, then you can try that option.
Sure.
Okay, so
Yeah.
this is good. What I will do, I'll just delete this. Otherwise, no, I will have that what. Okay,
Extra
so
sound.
and then you can launch. You just select and you can launch, right? So simply like how we were launching, right? So in this region, no, it will get launched, right? So you can choose the availability zone here. You have the option, right? Where is that option? Can you see availability zone? It will
Yes.
say no preference. Yeah, this is the one. You see, this is
Okay.
actually each subnet will be mapped to one availability zone, right? So this is 1A, 1B, 1C. So if I want to make it in 1A, I'll choose 1A. If I want to create instances 1B, I'll choose 1B. If I say no preference, right, then wherever they have more resources available, their Amazon will create this instance. Right? So if I have no preference, they will choose on their own. If I have any preference, I can choose that one, right?
Okay.
So like that, you have a lot of options. You can just explore, right? So what I will do for now is I'll just cancel this request and I will. So how to get rid of this AMI? Which option do you think? Deregister?
Yes.
Okay. Want to deregister? I say okay. See, gone, right?
Yes.
Now, if I just click on snapshot, you see I have this 10 GB. Got it?
Yeah.
So if I just forget this, then what will happen?
will be charged.
Yeah, so if it is more than 30 GB, I will be charged, right,
Yeah.
within 1 year. If I leave it for more than 1 year, then even if it is 1 GB, they will charge me
Okay.
after
Yeah.
1 year. Right? So you need to be careful with this snapshot. So that's why I had shown you. Once we are creating the image, it's creating snapshot also, right?
Yes.
Right. So in AMI, if you see, nothing is there, right?
Yeah.
And in snapshot, you see, it's there. Right? So you can go to this one and you can create another image. Whatever you have deleted, right?
Yeah.
You can create also.
Okay.
Right? You can modify permission, you can create, you can copy, right? You just click on copy, and again you can put it in London. This
Okay.
snapshot.
Okay.
So you have various options, very nice options. Say like, no, if something wrong happens in particular availability zone or something, some problem happens in the entire region, right? So if you have your AMI in different region, so in any case, any natural disaster or something may not impact another region, right? So you have your data, you have your snapshot backup or your image copied in another region, right? So it can also be helpful as a backup, right? In case of any issue, it can help us, right? So now let me click this and let me click on delete. I say yes, delete, and it is gone. So we are good. So I have nothing in this region. So I'll just go back. I'll just see EC2 dashboard. So I got one security group. So that will be by default. So that is fine. I'll go to, they're not charging for it. I'll go to Ohio region. Yeah. Okay, so in Ohio region, I see my instance should be up and running fine. Yeah, so it's running. So you all connected using PuTTY?
Yes. Not yet.
Okay, so just try.
Not yet.
Okay,
Harish.
okay. So you have this PuTTY, that loaded key and all those things should be there. So just say load, and IP address you should get the latest one. Here you have the IP address. Just take that IP address and put it there. Okay, so remaining key and all I have loaded. So I had that here under auth, you see, I had that here. So whatever options were there, all those things are by default there. I just click on open. I say yes. No supported authentication methods available, server sent public key and all. Oh, so something wrong with my what do you call PPK. PPK. I have to choose correct PPK. So I say load, and whatever is loading may not be relevant, right? Because I have another count or something. So I think it is choosing the day 5. Oh, it is coming. So I choose this. Let's see. I'll browse. I'll go to this. That name had changed, right? It's not able to find the path. So I should have in tools, I think KP 16th. This is the one, right? So I have just selected the right one. I go to session. I click on save, so that now that will be there. Now I'll again go and choose that IP. Come here, save that. Save it. Say open. You see, without any hiccup, it connected, right? So we have to choose the right key. You have to give the right path. Okay, so for all of you, right? It worked.
Should we change something on Putty, only the IP? Because if I'm trying to copy the new IP, that time I'm getting network error, software calls, connection abort.
Oh, so you're getting network error means yours look like security group issue, firewall issue.
Okay.
And what about you, Pradeep?
Harish, I can connect, but it is not showing as you as in your screen. It is giving me blank putty screen.
So
Like
it might be
it's
asking for this username, right?
no, it was not asking anything. It is just a blank.
Oh, no prompt
Hmm.
is there?
No prompt. Yeah. Why?
Oh,
Okay, network connection timed out something. Now it's coming up.
oh, that means for you also firewall
Yeah,
issue. Okay.
yeah. Putty inactive. It says.
Yeah, so firewall issue. So what you have to do is you
Huh?
just go to your instance and then you will see their security group. Go to the EC2 dashboard, this instances.
Okay.
There you see, no, in the lower right side, no, you'll find that option of security group.
Right.
Yes.
So what is the first security group there mentioned?
Linux SG.
Yes.
Okay.
Linux-SC.
Okay, perfect. So you just click on that Linux-SG.
Okay.
Okay.
So once you click there, so you'll have that Linux-SG here, and then it says SSH for me, right? So there, this security group ID is there, right? So corresponding to that Linux-SG, just click
Yes.
Yeah.
on that security group ID.
Okay.
Okay.
Now you see here, you have HTTP and SSH mentioned, right?
Right.
Right.
Just click on edit inbound rule,
Okay.
Okay.
right?
So we have to change here.
Yeah, you'll have some IP or something, right? So
Okay.
what happens is your IP might have changed. So what you
Okay.
do
Okay.
is just
My
click on
IP.
this SSH
IP. Okay.
and say my IP.
Got it.
So here it says no, for me like nothing is changing. So does it show anything for you?
Yeah. Something changed for us. For me.
Something
Yes.
changed, right?
Changed.
See, when I clicked on save, it says you have not made any changes. For you, this didn't come, right?
No.
That means your IP had changed in last 1 week, right?
Okay.
So whatever IP was assigned, right, to your system by the ISP, so that is changed. For me, it has not changed, right?
So we can keep it my IP and then save rules, right?
Yeah, correct. You simply
Okay.
choose my IP, and then click on save rules.
Okay.
Now you try one more time.
Now it's working.
Working, right?
Yes.
Perfect. So now, Pradeep, you also try.
I tried, but it is again showing the blank screen there.
Hmm.
But username is not coming up.
It's not asking for username. Any
No.
prompt is not there.
No prompt. It says network connection timed out.
Oh, you try one more time then.
Okay.
Connectivity issue only this is.
Okay.
Yeah. You have put
Oh,
the public IP, right? Correct. Current public IP
correct. I have taken that.
from this running instance, right? From
Correct.
here.
Copied. Huh?
Okay. Okay.
Let me copy one more time
Yeah. Just copy one more time and then
because I last time I put the not the IB but the public
name.
DNS. Yeah,
Ah,
DNS.
it's okay. Both are fine.
Yeah. So let me put that. Okay. So I
It's
think I have to save this one.
not necessary.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
Okay, nothing other than that, nothing have to be done, right? So
Key, like you have already loaded, right? You had something saved right there.
yeah, PPK, it's the same PPK, right? Last session we,
Correct.
okay, same thing only there.
Hmm.
And data easy to user, same thing. And
Ha.
session, everything is correct. Let
Okay.
me give that open.
Let's try.
Yeah, it is still the same. I think I'm going to get the same error now.
Oh.
Network timeout error. Yeah.
Okay. So let's see. Let me make you host. Let's see.
Yeah, network error, connection timed out. No.
Okay. So I just made you host. You can share your screen. You can
Okay.
troubleshoot. Yeah.
Okay, share.
Okay, it's coming.
Okay, so this is the error I get.
So this is related to that security only. So you can go
Security.
to
Okay. Let me open that.
yeah.
Should I open that security group?
Yeah, you can go to that Linux SC.
But we don't have to launch anything, right?
No,
Anything I'm missing here?
no,
Okay,
no. Already you are having that, no?
it's running. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, already.
Okay.
Okay, so here Linux SG, right? You click on that.
Okay.
Now you go down. Edit
Okay. Want
tools.
to go to
Yeah, so now you just choose this, click on this my IP.
my.
Yeah.
No, that is
Yeah.
for HTTP. Okay.
Okay.
Ha, correct. Something changed, bro. Something changed. You
Okay.
come down. Yeah, come down, scroll down. On the
Okay.
right side, you have a scroll. Yeah. Click on save rule. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, now it will work.
But this is what I did this, last time also. I mean,
I think something did not take. Now it has saved. Just let's try
okay.
one more time.
I think there's the IP getting changed.
Might have changed, but
Uh,
let's try
but
quickly.
when we opened that security group, it was supposed to be my IP, right? But it was still custom, and now something changed there.
Custom it becomes, that's not an issue.
Okay.
It
Okay.
shows
But
as custom. Once you come back,
okay. Okay. Okay.
it shows
But
as
still,
custom.
IP also changed, right? Now.
Yeah, IP got changed. That I saw. Yeah, that is something. No, IP got changed. That means systems IP is changing. Uh,
Okay.
let's see. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Say open.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now it seems like coming.
It's coming. Yeah. Click on yes.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Perfect. Perfect. So
So in that fraction of 1 minute, the
it
IP
might
got
have.
changed.
It might have changed. Yeah. Might have changed
Why
something.
is it so?
Maybe some network glitch,
Okay.
disconnection, and then again, no, it got connected.
Okay. Okay.
Some
Fine.
DHCP, leads might have expired, or something might be there.
Is it something to do with my internet connection?
Yeah, yeah, correct. Your internet only, because that
Okay.
is your no, your LAN's IP. That is your network
Right.
IP. Yeah,
Okay. Understood. Okay.
yeah. So just reclaim the host.
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
Okay, so I'm just sharing my screen. So we are connected, right, on the system. Here you just run fdisk-l. You can just run clear, so screen will be clear, and you can run fdisk-l. See this. Just no, watch it carefully and just then tell me what do you see. You see something which we discussed earlier?
Yeah, /dev/xvdf 1
Yeah,
GB.
This one, right?
Yeah.
yeah. That is our volume.
Yeah. So this is the newly created volume, right? And this is named as XVDF. That's what they were telling, right? So they told you choose SDF here, but when you go, it will be shown as XVDF, right? So, and you see here XVDA1, XVDA2. So what is there? SDA is coming as XVDA. You see, correct? You see here, first one, 10 GB.
Yes, yes, correct.
Yes.
So it is what we have been choosing as Dev SDA. So that SDA has become XVDA, and then this is the one SDA1. So in place of SDA1, it is showing as XVDA1, right? And then you have another XVDA2. Two partitions are there. In the first one, first volume, you have two partitions, right? So you can just run df hyphen small h and capital T, and you can see the file systems. You see dev xvda2 is file system type is xfs, right? And what is the size? 10 GB and mounted on slash. Okay, so this is the slash, no, means root file system which is mounted here. And you also see this FS Amazon AWS slash and FS4 mounted in MNT EFS FS1. This is the EFS file system. We remember you all are having.
Yeah, yes.
See,
Yes.
this is our EFS file system, that NFS file system that we had created and then we had attached, right? So this is the one, because it has got mounted, because it has entry in etc fs tab file. You see, etc fs tab file is there. So we have this entry here. So because of this entry, this file system has got mounted because of this entry. You see, EA78C192. See, EA78C192. So this is the same one. Now, do you think anything else? When you say df-st, you see xvda2 here, and then you have this EFS file system here, and nothing else, right? Now, when you say fdisk-l, right? So fdisk-l is showing dev xvda having two partitions here, and then you have xvdf no partition, right? You see, xvdf no partition, correct?
Okay.
So what we need to do, we have the volume which is 1 GB of size, and what we need to do, we have to create a partition and a file system. So what should be the command to create the partition? So we are watching disks using fdisk-l, right?
Yeah.
So you see, fdisk-l we are doing, we are watching it, right? So same fdisk command without L option. L is for listing only, right? Now this is the disk. If you just say like this, fdisk and space and the device name, that means you are going to do something with that device. You are going to create a partition or delete a partition or whatever with that device. So this is the command fdisk. If you just put -L before this, right, then what it will do, it will just list only that partition, you see. So just listing the detail of that partition. But what we are going to do is, without L option, right, we are going to run it. Fdisk space /dev/xvdf. Can you run this command?
Okay.
Yeah, just press enter. Okay.
Yeah.
So it says device does not contain a recognized partition table. So there is no partition table so far. We just have a disk. So just you can consider it like a new hard disk that you have purchased. Exactly like that. So you have a disk, right? But there is no partition in that. So M for help. Just press M. So you can see options, right? So there you will get option like small n. Is there?
Add a new partition.
Correct. So small n is for adding a new partition. Now you choose small n option and then press enter. Once you choose n and press enter, it gives you two choices. P for primary, E for extended, right? So what we'll do? We'll do 4 partitions are free. So total 4 partitions can be created, but we don't want this just 1 GB. So I'll choose primary, which is by default, right? And I'll press enter. Okay, so no need to type P. If you are just looking for that primary, simply press enter. Now say like partition number 1 to 4, it is asking, default is 1. So I'll simply say 1, right? So can you relate that? SDA 1 we were discussing, Pradeep. So this 1 is coming, no, first partition.
Yeah.
So now
Correct.
it will come as AV XVDF 1, like that it will come. That
Okay.
will get the partition number as what? 1 only. So it will come as like that, come as XVDF 1. Now first sector. So by default, that is the first sector. I just press enter, and then default it will take the complete available sectors. So again I will press enter. So only once I clicked on, I typed in N and pressed enter. After that, all enters only, all defaults. Okay. Now again you press M for help, right? So there you will get choices, multiple choices. Is there a W?
Yeah. Write table to disk and exit.
And what is P?
P.
P is there?
Print the partition table.
Correct. So here P means primary. When you are inside N, then P means primary. But on the command itself, P means print the partition. So I just clicked, no, I pressed enter after pressing that P. You see? So what does it show here? You see?
Disk XVDF device.
Here, this one. XVDF1 it is showing, right?
Right.
But that is still in the memory. If you go out without saving, it will not get created, right? So you can see the option, right, for quitting without even saving, right? So you'll have that Q as option, quit without saving changes, right? So till now you have option, whatever you have done, you can revert it back as well. But if you say W and press enter, then it says the partition table has been altered, calling IOCTL to reread partition table syncing disks. So it has already synced, everything is perfect. So now we can run that. And what do you see? No, not like that. I just did up arrow. -L you have to do. Now you just say -L and then you see. Is it showing that? XVDF1 also.
Yes.
Correct. So earlier when we were doing fdisk -L it was just showing XVDF 1 GB. Now after doing this, it is also showing XVDF 1. Right? So this is a partition in the disk. So we have taken entire disk to create this partition, right? And this is a primary partition. Okay. So now what we can do is we can create a file system in this. We'll take a break after this one. Maybe in another 3-4 minutes we'll take a break. Fine for you?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So now what we will do is we will create a file system. So you all got the partition, right? And you know
Yes.
how to take the partition using
Yeah.
fdisk-l. If you do fdisk-l, it will show all the disks and all the partitions. If you say here and fdisk-l and then name of the device, xvdf device, then it will show that xvdf disk and the partition also. So here you can make a file system mkfs dot make file system. There is the command here. If you just do a tab, it will show you all the options. mkfs, you want which option you want, which file system you want to try. Want to create XFS file system, or you want to create ext3 file system, right? Or you want to create ext4 file system. So different types of file systems are there for creating the file system in your disk. So let's choose ext4, right? It's good for smaller size of file system. And then choose what? This
For
one.
me, no device specified, it says, Harish.
Did you press
Okay.
enter? After this, did you press enter?
No, before itself, where you say that MKFS, right? Extension 3, 4.
Here I didn't press enter. I did it 2 times tab.
Okay.
See, 1 time tab if you do, it will complete the command line. 2 times
Okay.
tab if you do, if say like you have multiple options. So if mkfs dot, after that if there is only one option, if you
Got
do
it.
1 time tab, it will complete, it will come. But if there are multiple options, you do 2 times tab. Just type mkfs dot and then put
Okay.
tab 2 times, then this will come.
Correct. Got it. Got it. I got that.
Okay. Yeah. So mkfs.ext4 and then dev xvdf1. So this is the command to create the file system on partition xvdf1. Okay. So just press enter and you see quickly it got created. So mke2fs, creating file system, right? Super block, allocating group tables, reading inode table, creating journal, right? So done. This file system has been created. Now what? What is the next step? First thing is to attach the hard disk to the, create the hard disk, create the volume, then attach that volume to EC2 instance, right? And then after attaching, we saw this disk and this disk was visible, but partition was not there. We created the partition. Now we also created the file system. Now the final step would be to mount that, right? To mount the file system, right? So what we'll do, we'll just take a break or we just finish it. We have just little bit. So it's good to finish. We'll have only one recording, yeah, better. So what we will do is, mount this. So just say like mount, what you want to mount and where you want to mount. This mount command is source and destination it requires. So let's create a destination. So where you want to mount. So for that, let's create one directory called mkdir, right? And let's name it as /rhel 1G. Okay, so just create a directory called mkdir / rhel 1g. Okay, press enter. If you do ls-ld and this rhel 1g, it got created as a root, right? Now you can simply say mount, right? What you want to mount? /dev / xdbf1. Put a tab, so it will go to the after the space. So that means this name is good, right? So whenever you want a completion, right? See xvd here. If you do 2 times tab, you see so many options are there. If you put F and then 2 times tab, you see 2 options are there. What we are interested in is xvdf1, and after typing 1, you just do a tab, then it will just go to the after this space. It will go. It will move to the next character. That means we are good. So mount dev xvdf, where we want to mount is this directory. Just copy and paste that directory and press enter. So just you see mount dev xvdf1 rhel 1g, the directory that we had created. Now if you do cd to this directory, right, and do pwd, so you can see that you are in this particular directory, right? You can create a file here. Go test 1g, right, and put a greater than test1.txt, some name we can give, and then you can do a cat. You can see that file, right? So if you do ls-l, you can see this lost plus found. Lost plus found means this is a file system. In directory, it will not come by default. It will come in a file system, a partition it will come. Now you have test1.txt. So whatever we have created, test1.txt. Correct? If you just see run mount command, you will see that xvdf1 is mounted here. Just mount command. Just simple mount command. If you run, last line if you see, that is mounted like this. Okay. Now you can run cd. You'll go to another directory. You'll move to another directory. You see, you went to /root. Now, if you say umount /rhe, you type and press enter. Umount, enter. Now, if you say mount command, see that is not coming. After umounting, it's not coming. If you go to /rhel1g and if you do ls-l, it's nothing is there, right? So what I have done, I have unmounted the file system. So my file also went with that file system. It's not there. Now I want to remount it. So I'll go for mount command, mount xvdf1 rhel1g. Press enter. Now I say ls-l. It's not there. You know why? Even after mounting, when I say mount, it's mounted also, right? Still I'm in that directory, but it's not showing that file. You know why? Because while mounting, I was in this directory only. From here only I gave the command, that's why. So what I need to do is just do a cd, go to somewhere, and then do a cd space dash to come back here. See ls-l. You see my file? Clear?